The buyers complain that sellers hide data, and sellers complain that buyers hide results. Here's how they're both right. See, the main issue between this relationship is that sellers will not share source breakdowns with clients for a variety of reasons. Potentially because either they don't generate the lead themselves, or a lot of times when you share that data, the buyer tries to optimize before the data is ready to be optimized on the vendor side, or they just don't want to optimize at all. So if they're sharing that data with the buyer, the buyer is basically going to continue to ping them and feel like they could make adjustments on the seller side. And strangely enough, the buyers will not share what happened with the leads because they feel like if the seller does a good job, then it will be used against them when it comes to negotiation for higher price per lead or to pay them more. Now, the issue here comes with the buyers have no trust from the sellers because they've been burned a bunch of times and there's a bunch of sketchy companies. And the sellers have no trust in the buyers because the buyers will not share any data. That's why no one who sells leads anymore basically does any type of rev share, because unless you have that transparency and you don't think you're going to get screwed, vice versa, you're not going to have that type of relationship. And it basically creates what I call is the doom loop. So there's like a positive feedback loop and then there's a negative feedback loop, which is the doom loop. And what that basically is that there's no data sharing on both sides. So then both sides can't really optimize the way that they should, and they can't work together as a team to actually make the campaign sustainable so that they can both scale and they can both make more money. The thing is that each side looks at it like, how do I make more money? How do I protect myself? Instead of how do we both make more money and how do we both work together to have a better relationship long term. Now, the companies and the sellers or marketing agencies that are winning right now, they're leading with trust, and then they're basically building long-term relationships by sharing this data and then requesting it back. By being able to do this, they're able to have better relationships, have better data feedback loops that basically just get better results across the board. Like the thing is that transparency in these types of relationships and holding each other accountable and giving each other the tools to succeed isn't about really being nice. It's about both sides being able to do what they're supposed to do and have feedback from the other so they both make money. And what I would say, if you're buying leads or if you're selling leads, what do you feel like it would change if you had full transparency into the other side and the other side had full transparency into the data that you have? Do you think that your results would be better?